In the UK, we have 3% of the sports rights, but we have over 40% of the audience. So what's going on there? We've just signed a deal, which I think is public. I've forgotten whether we announced it or not. Anyway, we have signed a deal with the Premier League for a programme called Match of the Day, and this is highlights. And it's a very much loved programme, gets great audiences, young audiences as well as older audiences. And that's because we're getting the highlights and people can see the highlights and, and feel that they're in some ways getting a fix of football, even if they don't go over here to Sky or BT, the main rights holders of that. So I think that says something about the power of free-to-air. The other thing which has happened to me in the last 6 months is we've been negotiating. I've been supporting our brilliant director of sports, a woman by the way, with the ECB, the English Cricket Board, and the ECB came to us and said, we'd like to rethink cricket, not in terms of the quality of the cricket, but in terms of how we can reach a younger audiences, how we can do things which are interesting to woo as many people as we can into cricket. And the problem is that by cricket in the UK now is completely is behind a paywall. And they say, we want to talk to you, the BBC, about what you can do for cricket because you're free to air. I mean, they got it. And that again says to me, things being free to air, not behind a paywall. There's a danger if you go behind a paywall that people start thinking you don't matter anymore. You know, I mean, it is amazing that last big boxing bout got so much money, but in a way boxing used to be very popular, but now it's found a different sort of model. But cricket was finding that audiences were going down because people weren't talking about it as much. Going free to air with us in 2020 around a new formula tournament, I think is what the ECB have seen as the future for them. When you talk to Wimbledon about tennis, they're free to air. And they don't want to go behind a paywall because they know that their brand is bigger by being free to air and free to air with us than by going behind a paywall. So I think your question is so interesting because I think there are real subtleties here between the dosh, which you're right, will be from Facebook and Amazon and others, versus how you maintain that connection with your audiences who you depend on to build your business that the pay people can come for. So I'm kind of thinking I'm hoping there's a way through it. I've just signed most of our big sports deals now up until 2024. That's up to and including the Olympics. So that means everyone can see FA Cup, which is important, Premiership highlights, Wimbledon, cricket from 2020, which is people are very happy that cricket is now back on free to air. So.